Okay, cool. So I've got a bit of a curveball just thrown in here real quick as our next topic because this has just dropped basically.
Yeah, this is weird.
Disney Disney as a whole says this that Nelson Peltz on board would threaten strategic management at crucial time as proxy battle boils. What? So Disney have just said this, have they? Do
I can
you want
tell
to
you
give us a
exactly.
rundown on this?
Yes, I can tell you exactly what this is about. This is the latest development of a video that we dropped only last week, actually. And this is something that also has been covered pretty extensively by Valiant Renegade, DW Pro, and Mike the Mexican Iron Man. Basically, this is the battle for the soul of Disney. And it all dates back to the sudden middle of the night ouster of one Bob Chapek and the
Mm.
takeover of Bob Iger and all of his cronies. Because Bob Iger, he also installed his own man as the new head of or the new chairman of the board. And that's when you got China back and everything, because he's another really pro China guy. So then
Mm.
you have the Igers, basically, who are now completely in control over Disney with their corporate overlords, namely BlackRock and Vanguard, who are the biggest Disney shareholders. But they're not the only ones. You have a bunch of other shareholders as well that actually want to make some money on their Disney shares. Because here's
No.
the thing, all
Company
of
wants
the
their
stuff
money.
that Iger does, like Vanguard and Blackguard, they're perfectly fine with it. But everyone else,
Yeah.
they actually wants to make money. And this Nelson Peltz, he is one of all those other shareholders who is in it for the money. And maybe, just maybe, there is something with values as well. I don't know too much about that, but apparently he is tight with Ike Perlmutter, who is also
Ah.
tight with Trump. So this guy is, by all indications, a conservative through and through. And he may not be too keen on what's being done to Disney from an ideological point of view. In addition to that, he's not too happy with how the audience is fleeing from Disney because of it as a shareholder. And he only
Mm.
became a shareholder recently. He became a shareholder this summer. He didn't have any shares in Disney before. That is something that he only acquired after speaking with Bob Chapek and Isaac Perlmutter about coming in, becoming a board member, and becoming an ally to Bob Chapek. And one of the things that Isaac Perlmutter said, and this was published in Variety, was that unless they were able to get Nelson Peltz into the board and fast, Bob Iger and his cronies would return. And lo and behold, that's exactly what happened. But that doesn't mean that everyone is going to give completely up on Disney. Because what this guy Nelson Peltz did since then, since Iger came back, he basically said, okay, I now have so many shares that I deserve a seat on the board. Give me a seat on the board. To which then Iger and his partners in crime said, no, we can't make any changes at the board at this time
Mm.
because Iger, he needs peace and quiet to be able to restructure Disney, in the exact same way that wasn't given to Bob Chapek. But Iger needs that peace and quiet. So now is not the time to make any changes to the board so that you suddenly can go and
What?
sabotage our woke policies. And then what he said after that is, okay, if you won't give me a piece on the board, then we are going to have a proxy battle here. Because what the proxy battle means in corporate terms is basically that Nelson Peltz, he is not going to go to Vanguard and BlackRock because he knows that they are Team Iger through and through. But he's going to go to
Mm.
everyone else. He is
Yeah.
going to go to all of the, say, the Texas state funds and everything like that, who are also big into Disney, and he's going to have a presentation to them. And this presentation is called Restore the Magic, which he feels is gone from Disney right now. So that
He's
is
not wrong, is he?
to be put onto the Disney board, is specifically to restore the magic. So what he wants to do is then he wants to go to all of the other shareholders, gather as much support as he can,
Mm.
and that way be able to, in the next general meeting, have all these other major institutional shareholders who are in it for the money use their proxy votes to vote out sitting board members and vote him in instead. And then, as a board member, he may be able to offer some kind of resistance to Team Iger and the continued wokeification of Disney. That is what this is fundamentally about. And this thing here now in Deadline Hollywood, now I haven't read it yet because I just saw it. As you said, this is
It basically says everything you've just said.
but basically, from the gist of it, this looks like Disney's response. They're like just saying, "Everyone, please don't pay attention to this guy.
Mm.
We are with."
That's exactly what they're saying, Andre. I'm trying to find it. There's one that literally has the headline. Disney says, "Don't listen to Peltz."
I just made that up. I just made that up right now.
No. I'm trying to find it. I've been looking for it for the last 5 minutes while you're talking because I saw it earlier before we jumped on the show, and I've been trying to find it because the headline was like, "Oh, so they're saying listen to this motherfucker, aren't they?"
Yeah, they're
saying, well, there's this here. So
don't listen. Yeah, basically, they're saying there's nothing to see here. Move along. The magic is here, so don't listen to this guy that wants to restore the magic. Vote Iger and all of Iger's cronies. In the
they say here the Disney board of directors does not endorse Nelson Peltz or his son Matthew, who is running as an alternate. Mr. Peltz may swap in as a nominee and believes the election of either Mr. Peltz or his son would threaten the strategic management of Disney during a period of important change in the media landscape.
I found it.
Basically, it would threaten Iger's and BlackRock's and Vanguard's woke intention for Disney if he were to come.
Here it is. It's a Variety headline. It says, Disney board urges shareholders to ignore activist investor
Activist investor. They're rich saying that.
Yes, I know. I saw that before the show. I'm like, are you effing kidding me? This is hilarious.
Yeah,
that is.
Here it should be noted
as well.
But yeah, but activist investor. I see that people can miss on also in the video I put out. I also did a chapter on this very thing. Activist investor. To us, when we hear activist, it's a shorthand for crazy, deranged social justice warrior and other Marxists, right? But in the term of corporate finance, an activist investor is actually the name assigned to someone I just described. A shareholder who disagrees with the direction of the company and then uses their power as a shareholder to force the hand of the rest of the company by getting themselves onto the board. Very often, it's the first step in a hostile corporate takeover. I'm not saying that that's going to happen here. Don't get excited. Because while the Trion Group, which is the fund entity that Nelson Peltz is the manager of, is big and powerful and rich, it's not rich enough to acquire Disney outright. So that's not going to happen. However, what he can do is threaten BlackRock, Vanguard's, and Bob Iger's chokehold on Disney. And that's why you're seeing these desperate headlines, because that's what this is. It's a desperate headline, because evidently this tells me that this is even being published, is that he is winning investors over with his restore the magic pitch. Otherwise, no need for this.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's going to win investors over because investors are there primarily to make money. Yeah. You know, it's only
when I say very shareholders, rather, but yeah.
Oh yes, sorry, shareholders. There's very few shareholders that, you know, especially like board ones that are there with the money that don't need the company to earn money and are only there for social restructuring. You know, like
but that's the case with
everyone else. Exactly, but everyone else is like, you know, give me some fucking money. Like,
Yeah.
this is a disaster. Give me some money.
Yeah.
So of course they're scared because someone's coming in and just exposing them, literally just going,
Yeah.
what? Why aren't you making these people money? Sorry, no, I want to make these people money. Like,
And that's what everyone needs to understand. BlackRock and Vanguard, they are the two single biggest institutional shareholders. But from their point of view, Disney isn't an asset that's there to make them rich. It's a tool to disseminate their ESG messaging. And the S in
100%.
that ESG is the same thing as DEI, which is what they're pushing onto the public using Disney.
Yeah, it's funny you guys are talking about this because I literally just got an email while you guys were having this discussion. Disney Plus limited time offer, $6.99. Join now.
Oh, Iger is
What?
desperate for some good numbers to put into his first presentation when he's back as the CEO.
He doesn't have good numbers.
Wait, Disney Plus?
Disney Plus right now. I
That
literally
bastard!
just
I'm
got
paying
the email.
$10.99 now.
Now, there you go.
$6.99 a month if
Yeah,
you join
you should
back
cancel.
up
Let them know how
I
this.
should cancel.
now. Yeah.
I just did my my bills earlier today, like everything I'm paying for January, and that was on there. I was like, I'm gonna cancel that. Thank you, Andre.
I was like, I'm gonna cancel and sign up with a new email, but I'm like, I don't even pay for it. It comes with my kid's phone.
You don't-
I don't have to.
I got it for free with Verizon, and then
That's why
can't-
I got it for free. Yeah.
And then when I started work, my work took over my phone bill, so I didn't have it anymore, and I wasn't gonna give them any of my money. But I still get these emails from my new shows coming up and that sort of stuff. And now I just got this email. If you sign back up now, $6.99 a month. Join today. This is a limited time offer.
Wow.
I can give you a limited time offer on Surfshark VPN, and although they do not endorse piracy, that doesn't mean you have to abide by their endorsement.
Yeah.
That's funny.